Okay, I'm going to give y'all an update on what's going on in my house. Um, I'm gonna take my earbuds out. Everything is starting again. The cleansing worked. Kristen James came and cleansed my house twice. She did it once, and then she came back the next morning before she left town. She got a hotel room. She came back, and she did it again the next morning, and it was absolutely positively uneventful for since up until about a week ago. Um, I wasn't hearing anything. I wasn't seeing anything. I was sleeping with my lights off in my room. I was having absolutely no problems whatsoever. And then I started seeing things out of the corner of my eye. Like I'd see somebody walk past a doorway or something, and I'd look over and there wouldn't be anybody there. Um, and I started hearing talking, sounded like people talking. Um, I I got a really clear, but I didn't record it because I told her I wasn't going to be doing any more EVP sessions because I don't want to encourage that kind of activity. I was sitting here, I was on Facebook, I was on my phone. It was about 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, maybe. Might have been earlier than that. And I got to get out. And I heard it from the other room, and it was really clear. Um, and then I was sitting there thinking about that, and I was like, wow, that was really clear. I would definitely classify that as activity. Um, and then I had a pound uh, come against the wall that was so loud I heard it over my headphones. And I was watching the video and I had my headphones on, and I could hear it. So we're getting back to pretty blatant activity. It's not subtle by any means. Um, so I'm still not doing any EVP sessions. I want to really bad because that's what I'm used to doing. When this stuff starts happening, I'm turning on my devices and I'm trying to catch it, for the prosperity of the field. Trying to get this evidence recorded so that we can learn from it, and people can cross-reference my channel with things that are going on in their home or in your home, and which is what I wanted to do when this all first started, but I didn't have a channel like that. I had the BS channels where it's a bunch of manufactured crapola and wasn't answering my questions. I wanted a serious channel that's documenting events that happened during a haunting so that I could cross-reference that with what was going on in my house, and I could say, oh yeah, well, that's happening here and that's happening here. And I didn't have that. So I want to give that to somebody. I want somebody to be able to look around their house and go, there's something going on here that's just not quite right. Um, it's out of the ordinary. It's frightening me. It doesn't make any sense, and I want to see if anybody else is going through this because I think my house might be haunted. And I want them to come across my channel, and I want them to go, "Wow, that's happening in my house too." Okay, this is happening. This is happening. This is happening. Then maybe they can start to make sense of what's going on and realize that their house is haunted. It's frightening, and in my case, it was blatant. I was being attacked. Um, I had a lot of trouble finding paranormal groups, legitimate paranormal groups, to come in here and help me. I did finally find four, and it took a while. It's not like I called them up and said, "Hey, can you come over and help me?" And they were like, "Yeah, we'll be there tomorrow." I mean, they all have day jobs, so they all have to get themselves coordinated when they can make it. And it took a couple of months before the first group came over. It took about 6 weeks before West Tennessee Paranormal came over, and they were over near Memphis, so it was about a 4-hour drive for them. But they did come over. They did come over, and they were unable to help me. They had a really bad experience over here. All of their members were not only imagining killing each other, but they wanted to do it, and so it was time for them to go. So the director got them out. He left me a pendant that was blessed by a Catholic priest at a Catholic church, and didn't really help me, but it psychologically it helped me because when I put it on, I feel like I was safe, but I really wasn't all that safe. So, but that they said I needed a shaman. They were not going to come back over because they weren't. They didn't. Their members weren't trained for anything demonic. So then I had set K and J Paranormal up to come over. They came over with um, uh, another paranormal group with CHP Paranormal, and they cleansed the house together, two groups together, and it lasted for about 6 weeks. It was pretty quiet in here. And then one night I was laying in bed and I heard footsteps out in my den, and I thought, oh my God, not again. So I started going through it again, and then it got worse and worse and worse. And K and J came back about 7 or 8 times, I think. They came back and investigated just so they could document the activity for me and for them, for their clientele, and just so they could learn as much as possible, which I was totally okay with. Um, but then they said there's us coming over is just going to make it worse. I mean, for you, and we've got plenty of evidence. We appreciate that, but they're about an hour and a half away in Alabama, and I thought it would be best, and they thought it would be best if we just didn't keep doing that, just to aggravate the situation. So um, I don't know if my phone picked that up. That was a bang. It was a bang behind me. Um, I after that I got Kristen James, who was a medium. She came over and went through my house twice. The day she got here, and then she went to town, got a hotel room, and then she came back and did it again. Um, she also left me a ritual and a crystal and some sage, some things to for my wife, since my wife is an ordained minister, to walk through to my house. And my wife was going to do it the day after I heard the loud bang on the wall, which was about a week ago. My wife was going to do it, and she had just seen the crystal. My phone picking that up? Bam! It's really wild that starts happening when I start talking about this stuff. So the next morning, my wife was going to do the ritual and go through and cleanse the house herself, and the crystal was missing. She can't find it, and she just saw it. So it wasn't anywhere weird. It was where she put it, and then when she went to get it, it was gone. So we're still looking for that, but Kristen did a fantastic job. I highly recommend her for anyone who has issues in their house. Um, again, I put it off a few times because I had work going on, and then I was leaving to help my wife operate her company, and I wasn't going to be here. But I finally got to a point where I was going to be here when she wanted to come, and she came over, and it was fantastic. So if you'd like to talk to Kristen, let me know in the comments or look me up on Facebook. Uh, I'm at Haunted in Tennessee on Facebook. I'm also at Guyan Laws. My last name is spelled Lawez. That's my second account because my first one got hacked. So if you look me up on Facebook and you'd like to hook up with Kristen or with CHP or with K&J or with West Tennessee Paranormal, I'd be happy to hook you up with them. I also have quite a few other paranormal groups that are legitimate that I talk to on a regular basis, and I'll be happy to hook you up with them too if you like. Most of these people do travel. They'll travel to you with gas prices the way they are. It'd be nice for them to give them something for their gas. You don't have to pay them, but if you can contribute towards their gas money, that would be great. So I'm going to see how things progress around here, and if things get worse, um, I'm going to start having to record it because I need to have that evidence for the science end of this field, which is vastly under investigated, I think. But right now, I don't think I need to do that. But as you just heard, if my phone picked that up, there's things going on all the time here. It's all starting to happen again. So we'll just have to see how it goes. I'll talk to you later.